Now, again, listen, today, I know everybody's done this before, all right? It was a skill you guys did last year, it's just scale drawings, all right? But again, I'm just gonna show you, we're not getting into the specifics about the scale drawings. We're not gonna do a scale drawing. We're just trying to see if maybe one day you're an engineer or you're into architecture, that you would have to understand how blueprints operate. All right. Everything is drawn on paper and then they scale it up or they scale it down. All right. Depending upon what exactly they're talking about. So I'd like everyone to look up here and see that every quarter inch is equal to how many feet? Two. But all right, I would never want to do a quarter of an inch is equal to 2 feet. All right. I want to make it into something that's really simple. All right. And how could I change that so it'd be really simple, Palmer? Even better than that. No. Definitely not that. Because you're taking 1/4 plus 1/4 to become 1/2. So if you said a 1/2 inch, that would be 4 feet. All right, but it's still not exactly what I want. Tell him, Molly. Nope, even though we're going to have to do that eventually. All right, instead of saying a quarter inch is equal to 2 feet, I don't like the fraction. So how can I get rid of the fraction? Tell him. Nope, that's what somebody else said. What am I doing, boys? Come on. If a quarter inch is equal to 2 feet, I don't like the fractions. Tell us.
1 inch is equal to
Yes.
Something.
Yes, tell her. Yes, very good. Come on, don't say a question. All right, you know, okay? I want you to say it, even if it's wrong. 1 inch is equal to 8 feet. Now the conversions are much easier. Now the conversions are much easier. So everybody's looking at 1 inch. I want everybody to write that down. 1 inch is equal to 8 feet. I don't like working in fractions. The reason why I don't like working in fractions is because it just makes the problem harder. All right. So for every 1 inch, there is 8 feet. Now that doesn't say 1 inch equals 8 feet. So I agree with that. That just means 1 inch represents 8 feet. Go ahead, hurry. So now I don't know. All right. My other class did very well. So I'm sure you guys are going to get this easily. If I said 18 feet, then the drawing length would be what? If the actual length was 16 feet, my drawing would be 2 what? Yeah, so everybody write 2 inches. Now, let's just say for some crazy reason, we said, well, I'm not real sure how you got that. So I'm going to review with you based off what we did last or Wednesday. Does everybody see that 1 inch is to 8 feet, correct? Equals, I have 16 feet, so that goes on the bottom and X goes on the top. So everybody write that down for me. All right, I'm just double checking and verifying that you all are okay with this. Now we just cross multiply. Right, so we end up with 8x is equal to what? 8x is equal to 16. And so then you can tell me x is equal to what? 2. All right, is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, now believe it or not, someone knew what 1.25 inches is without doing any work. What is 1.25 inches in feet? Why? You're right. I want you to tell me why. Just because you're smart, I know. All right, but how would you tell someone who isn't as smart as you? That's correct. That's exactly correct. So look at what he said. So we know that 1 inch is 8 feet. And then the 0.25 is the quarter inch. So it's just 8 feet plus 2 feet. All right, so you are 100% correct. That's how I want your brain to think about it. All right, but let's just say for some reason, I'm not too happy with that. And I just want to make sure I'm right. Our still conversion is 1 inch to 8 feet. Does everybody agree with this? Now I have 1.25 inches. Where would the 1.25 inches go? Tell me, Jackson. Oh. How did I say that again? Is equal to what? Because up here it's true. 1 inch is 8 feet. 1 inch represents 8 feet. Now listen to what I'm saying, because you said something someone in the other class. We're not saying 1 inch equals 8 feet. We're just saying in a drawing. You know what I mean? Right? Like if someone's going to build a house, they build a model of the house. Do you agree with me? All right. So are you okay with now 1 inch is equal to 8 feet? All right. So now we're looking at 1.25 inches. I need some help, people. Where does the 1.25 inches go, Maggie? On the top or the bottom?
Oh,
Right, because inches are on the top. So I need everybody to write this out. 1.25, and then X goes on the bottom. Now, when you cross multiply, 1 times X is X. And now somebody do 8 times 1.25. And that's 10. We already knew that, but we're just verifying. All right, we're verifying. Now, someone said something really smart in the last class too. If the library's length is 20 feet, well, then the drawing, it would be what? Who can tell me? Just based off observation. Palmer. Nope. What would it be? You're awesome, buddy. 2.5. 2.5 inches. Do you want to tell me how you got that? Yes, that's one way of doing it. 20 divided by 8. Or we can notice what?
since 2 inches is equal to 16 feet, then you can, and 1 inch is equal to 8 feet, you can add the 3.
That is correct. What else? Anybody else do it differently? What?
So, we've been learning how to cross multiply. So what you could do is you could have, 1/8.
Hold on 1 second. Guys, stop working. I'm not interested. Pay attention. I'm trying to make you smarter. You need to see things differently. Stop worrying about the homework. Go, sorry.
1/8 and then x/20.
Yeah, you can say 1/8 equals x/20, but we can also make another observation.
Oh, it was 1/20.
Yes. You're just doubling it. That's another great observation. If 10 feet is 1.25, then double it. 20 feet is equal to 2.5 inches. Everything you guys said was good, though. You can do it lots of different ways. That's why I'm not upset. All right. However, we can always set up a proportion and cross multiply and divide. We can always set up a proportion. So everybody look at number 4. 3 inches. We don't have to set up a proportion on that. 3 inches is automatically what? 24 feet. All right. So I want everybody to stop there. Now I want to go down to number 11. Everybody's on number 11. I promise you guys, we'll get done early today. You have no homework. All right, please listen to me though. I don't care about finishing. I want everybody on number 11. This up here is called a scale. This is a scale. I want to know what the scale factor. A factor is a multiple. All right, do you agree inches and feet are not the same?
Yeah.
Right? So what I want everybody to do is scale factor. I want everyone to write that we know that 1 inch was equal to 8 feet. Does everybody agree with that? Is that what it said up front? Right? Now, I would like everyone to know that a scale factor, you're not allowed to have different units. So I need someone who remembers 8 feet is how many inches? You can use a calculator if you're awesome, girl. That's exactly right. 8 feet is 96 inches. So I want everybody to put equals 1 inch over 96 inches. Now, what happens to the inches? They cross out. So the scale factor is 1 to 96. Now, what that means is that the drawing and the building is 96 times greater than the drawing. That's what that means. Is everybody okay with that? All right, so that's the difference between the scale and the scale factor. Leah, what?
I thought it said 1 inch. I know this is not true. But
No. So listen to what I'm saying. I said something twice now, and I really want you to listen because I know exactly what you're thinking. I'm saying up here, 1 inch, right? This doesn't make sense to some kids, right? right? Because it's a scale. It's not literally saying that 1 inch equals 8 feet. It's saying 1 inch represents 8 feet. You see what I'm saying, right? We're talking about drawing, right? Like if you'll notice, all the buildings have drawings, all right? And they make them exactly to scale so you can see. All right, so that's what we're dealing with. All right, now just to make sure everybody's listening to me, I want everybody to talk about number 12. All right, everybody's on 12, that's it. I want the scale factor of 10 inches is equal to 1 foot. All right, 10 inches is equal to 1 foot. What do I need to do?
For starters, you need to put, how many, well, you need to change the 1 foot.
That's correct. To what?
And you need to change it to 12 inches.
That's right. So I want everybody to put 10 inches over 12 inches.
And then what you have to do, the inches cross themselves out, and then you get 5/6 from dividing.
That's exactly right. All right, so it's in a scale of 5 to 6. Yes.
Why did we convert? The 1 foot.
Because we're trying to draw a scale factor. And I understand exactly what you're thinking, right? So there's a scale which you're allowed to have inches and feet represented. But when you're talking about a scale factor, they have to be the same. You with me? So that's the only thing that throws kids off is the scale and the scale factor. Scale and scale factor. All right, is everybody good with that? All right, now everybody take a look at 13. A half inch equals 10 feet. Do I want you to say a half inch is equal to 10 feet? No. Miss Wood, what am I going to make that? If a half inch is equal to 10 feet?
1 inch equals 20 feet.
Yes, there's what we want. Everybody needs to know that. Does anybody have any questions with 1 inch is equal to 20 feet? Now, to me, the reason I changed that is just because it makes it easier. Now, why does it make it easier? Because now I'm saying my barn is 40 feet wide. So if I'm going to make a drawing, I want my barn to be, instead of 40 feet, my drawing is going to be, do you know? Sorry? No. Listen right here. Everybody's looking. Good, sorry. Read this. 1 inch is 20 feet, right? So if I have a barn that's 40 feet wide on my paper, I'm going to draw it how much? Yeah, tell me. No, I can't draw something 20 feet. 1 inch represents 20 feet. So what is 40 feet going to represent?
2 inches.
Yeah, that's it. Right? Right? If I have a barn that's 40 feet wide and on my paper, 1 inch is equal to 20 feet, then everybody should look at that and say, my barn is going to be 2 inches wide by what? How many feet long or how many inches long? Come on, Bruin, tell me how many inches long? If it's 100 feet long and 1 inch is equal to 20 feet. Yes, there you have it. 5 inches wide. Now, does anybody need some assistance on that? What?
I'm kind of confused on like how you convert it. Which is not.
1 inch is to 20 feet. The barn is 40 feet. So I put an X there. And just cross multiply. You with me on that?
Wait, so the answer is what you cross multiply?
Yeah, that's always the answer. But you have a big enough brain, you should just say every 20 feet is 1 inch. So if I have 40 feet, I have what? That's it. If I have 100 feet, I have what? Yes, and if you forget and you don't know, then you set up this proportion and you solve the proportion, it'll give you the answer if you can't see it. All right, I feel good about that now. All right, so everybody flip the page. Turn it over. Come on, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. Stop talking, stop rushing through. We got lots of time. Now, read at the top. It says, Casey created a scale drawing of his house using centimeter grid paper. What do you suppose centimeter grid paper is? The measurement of each line is what? 1 centimeter. That's exactly right. So on your paper, if you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you, just put this is 1 centimeter. Everything is 1 centimeter. Is everybody good with that? Any questions? That's 1 centimeter. True? All right, because that is 1 centimeter, right? 1 centimeter is actually what? Now, the only way you know that is because you have to read the scale. In this case, they're calling it a key. Every centimeter represents what? 3 feet. Is everybody agreeing? Anybody have any doubt about that?
No.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the master bedroom. I want you to measure the master bedroom in centimeters. What is the dimensions of the master bedroom in centimeters? What? Why 20? No. What are the dimensions of the master bedroom?
Well,
I know, but I want the dimensions in centimeters. The master bedroom is this guy right here. I know you all know that, correct? Is that right? Is everybody seeing that? So what is that measurement? What?
23 centimeters.
I'm not saying all the way around. What are the dimensions of the bedroom? Man, I'm sorry, you guys might not know this. What is it? Tell them.
18,
I don't know what you're saying.
4 inches, 5 inches.
Not 4 inches, for what? Yeah, I want everybody to put down the master bedroom is 4 centimeters by what? 5 centimeters.
Wait, it's like
Look at the master bedroom and measure.
the box.
Wow, thank you. That's exactly correct. That's why they call it a centimeter grid paper. Each box is 1 centimeter. You with me now?
Yeah.
So this means this length right here is 4 centimeters. Do you agree? And this right here is how many? Yes, that's how I got those numbers. Now, that's my drawing. That's my drawing. Do you understand that? Jackson, you good or not? Come on now, Jackson, remember what I told you. You got to speak up. Tell me, bud. You sure? Now, 1 centimeter is equivalent to what? Sorry, 3 feet. So underneath the 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters, you're going to put 4 centimeters is the same as what? 12 feet by what? 15 what? Feet. That's the answer. That's all you have to do. You just have to measure a little bit. The actual, that's exactly right. If you're reading this blueprint right here, you can say it's 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters. But in your mind, you're saying 5 centimeters is the same as what? 15 feet, and this is the same as 12 feet. But it's literally not 15 and 12. It's a scale drawing, right? That's what they're doing when they make blueprints. All right, tell me, AJ.
So when you get 12 feet and 15 feet, you multiply it by 3.
Of course, because each centimeter is how many feet?
Each centimeter.
How much? Yes. Now you're with me, right? So 3 times 4 and 3 times 5. Any doubts about this, guys? Anybody? Yeah, I think I'm happy. All right. You guys can do the rest. All right. Pretty good. All right. Front and back. All right. Front and back. Get to work. All right. While you are finishing, I'm grading your homework and giving it back.